God is looking for hearts where He can dwell in. God is looking for bodies where He can manifest His greatness, miraculous signs. But He says, is the heart pure? There's wealth that has been untapped, resources that have never been seen, no ear, no eye, seen or heard, waiting for someone who's pure at heart. Joseph was ready to be called a governor. Joseph was ready for abundance. Joseph was ready for breakthrough. Immediately when he understood, I had to go through these processes in life just for my family. When the famine hits, I would be in a position to bless them. Tell neighbor, if you were Joseph and a governor, people who hate you, who sought your life, who did horrible things, and when they were at the point of need, you would have washed, folded your hands, and moved and left them to die. Have you ever been around people who fold their hands when they know that you are in problems and they can't help you? They will not. They will watch you sink. Look at Joseph. With all the power, years later, the same family members, the same brothers, they're experiencing hardship. God, the sovereign God, leads them to the same brother. That's why some of you, your situation could have long been changed. But if God blesses you now, you will use it against your enemies. Zakubona so ipigo. And uzoyenza sure ukuthi she writes where there's mud and dust ukuthi akuthele. Dust. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Tell them uNkulunkulu uyasazi. Sazi kahle. Joseph had emotional intelligence. He dealt with a lot of fleshy things. He was seeking God in his situation. That's why you never saw him cry. Not that he was not longing for his parents. I mean, if somebody terminates your childhood, they separate you from your father, and it's your close family. Now, many of you have issues that are unresolved because they are similar to that. But look at Joseph's reaction. Some of us, we die in conflicts. We give birth in conflicts. Our children inherit the disunity, even when they don't know where it started from. But because my father does not talk to my aunt, no, there's no reward in disunity. There's no reward in conflict. It's very easy to argue with anybody, to fight with anybody, to hit anybody, to hate anybody. But I'm telling you right now, there is no reward in such. When you divide your family, you are lessening your blessing. When you discuss people, you are reducing your breakthrough. People who are called of God have got no time to discuss people. They are vision-orientated. They are focused. They are aligned with God. There's no time to play. Now we have issues right from 10 years back. Some of you are still lamenting. Your heart is still carrying that. Now what is the function of the heart? It is to pump blood. Now you take the heart and you put all these people inside of you. And you think when you do that you are doing something. No, you are hurting yourself more. Some of these people have forgotten about you. That is a fact. The people that you can't forgive, they have moved on. They don't even dream of you. That's the problem with worry. Worry makes you feel like you are doing something. Because you are worried, you think you are, no. The next person does not have a clue how and what you are going through. You, the offended, must deal with your offense and move on. That's the reality of life. And Joseph knew that fact at a very early age. He said, when I saw that They were bowing before me. I was in charge of them. I was in authority. That brought conflict. So when he was put in the pit, it was not an issue for him. When he was sold, it was not an issue. When people lied about him, it was not an issue. When he ended up in prison, it was not an issue for him. Because he understood at some point why all these things had to happen. Now, God brings divorce just to make you better. God brings unemployment just to improve you. But people will not understand. God brings certain situations, disappointments, to work with our hearts so that when he brings something great, we are humble. But he will do it. He's faithful. The only time when you see that truly Joseph's heart was touched, it was when he saw his brothers. He was not crying because he was bitter. That's why I'm emphasizing that. You check yourself. When you cry, what is the motive? What drives you? It's bitterness in you. Not with Joseph. Those were the tears of joy. Because this is what he's been longing. When people see him, they think he's in Egypt, he's got everything, he's comfortable. But inside of him, he's longing for his father. He's longing for his family. Everything that the devil robbed him through his brothers, he had vacuum. Now the children, the brothers are in need of food. He has everything around him, but he is in need of his family. Both of them were in need. The needs were different. And they were applicable in both sides. That's why when he met them, he cried, he kissed them, he embraced them, because they didn't know what their presence meant to him. Manginaye uyangidina makangekho ngiyamkhumbula. Baningi abanawo lawo madimoni lawo. The devil is such a strategist, and he understands the thinking of so-called Christians. He's got no business with people who have time to play. It's either you are in or not, two ways, because he's there seeking whom to devour. And you'll gladly say, I can't stand this woman. Yes, I love him or her, but I cannot live. You say it proudly. There's everything wrong there. The people that God gives us, those are the ones we hate. We please everyone else except the people that, yes. Now, when you find somebody who's sensitive, we just close out because we don't want fake. What you see is what you get. That's the principle. So you'll be closing a lot of other things, not only in your life, wherever you are, because it's a spirit that will follow you. Amen. Now, if Joseph's attitude was not correct, he would have rejected his brothers, then his father would have suffered. Because when you are bitter, you can't be better. Maune issue ngokubona la espongo. Akumaline une freeway espongo. Noma ungaphafa mtshelo. Phela inhliziyo it makes you age quicker. That's the problem. A bad heart is close to witchcraft. No matter how good you are at what you do, if you still have heart issues, you are not saved. You have to do yourself a favor. Deal with your heart, deal with your tongue. Many people are facing the situation where they are. It's what they say in private. They don't know that God has got ears and eyes and, here. Now these things follow us. If Joseph said anything negative about his brothers, Pharaoh was not going to be softened. Pharaoh was not going to change. Pharaoh's heart changed because of one man's obedience. For the first time, Pharaoh understood, these people have got entitlement in my riches. Let's share. Give them. Joseph, bafunani banike. Manje thina we lie, we hate, we reject, We have groups. We do everything to hurt one another, thinking we will achieve what we want. God has got no business with a bad heart. No matter how much you can act, He knows who are His. Now, you are not only stopping yourself, you are stopping the breakthrough of your unborn children. Yes, if Joseph had a bad heart, he was not going to give them what they needed, and they were going to perish. So there was no opportunity of the next generation. There are people who are still coming because of our prayers. Let them find the soul very fertile. And they must produce fruit because of what we planted. We plant love. Can you please go to Galatians 5? This is what you must plant. There is no reward. There is no reward. There is no reward. There is no reward. All these spiritual gymnastics, they must stop today. Then you will see God.